On the planet known as Motherworld, the royal bloodline had ruled for thousands of years. But over time, their hunger for power consumed everything on their world. To sustain their empire, they began invading other planets, spreading their reach across the galaxy. Eventually, the king and queen were assassinated, and the conquered planet saw an opportunity to rise up. Amid the chaos, Senator Belisarius seized control, naming himself the new regent. Determined to keep his grip on power, he sent out his most ruthless soldiers to crush any rebellion without mercy. On a quiet farming planet called Veldt, the people live simple lives. One day their peace is shattered when a massive empire ship appears in the sky. Kora, a war orphan, immediately recognizes the threat and rushes to sound the village bell to warn everyone. Sindri, the village leader, gathers the townsfolk to decide what to do. A farmer named Gunnar suggests they welcome the soldiers, thinking they'll buy their grain at high prices. But Kora disagrees. She knows the empire takes what it wants and leaves destruction behind. Before they can agree on a plan, the empire ships land nearby. Admiral Noble arrives, pretending to be friendly as he hugs Sindri. He explains that his troops are searching for a group of rebels known as the Blood Axe siblings and that his army needs food. Sindri lies, claiming their land produces barely enough to feed themselves. Noble doesn't buy it. He points out how healthy everyone looks. Gunnar tries to smooth things over, saying Sindri was just trying to save food for winter, but he's willing to sell some. Enraged by the deception, Noble beats Sindri to death with his cane. When Sindri's wife rushes forward, a guard kills her with a glowing blade. Noble coldly announces that he'll return in 10 weeks to collect all the harvest, even if it leaves the villagers starving. After Noble leaves, a small squad led by a soldier named Fauna stays behind to watch over the town. While some troops take over the villagers' homes, Private Eris activates a robot named Jimmy, a relic from the royal era. Once the royals were killed, the robot stopped fighting and now only help with menial chores. As Jimmy assists the soldiers, another soldier named Marcus decides to test the robot's limits by shooting at him. Jimmy collapses, refusing to defend himself. Eris intervenes to stop Marcus and almost gets shot for it, but Fauna steps in, breaking up the fight. He checks that Jimmy is still functioning and orders him to wash off the mud. Down by the river, Jimmy is cleaning himself when a young girl named Sam approaches him. They start talking, and Jimmy tells her she reminds him of the Empire Princess, who was killed alongside her parents by traitors. Sam tells Jimmy that the princess's spirit lives within him and places a flower crown on his head. Something inside Jimmy seems to awaken. Meanwhile, the townspeople meet to decide their next move. They conclude that their only hope is to work hard and make their harvest so valuable the Empire won't dare destroy them. Frustrated that no one listens to her warnings, Kora packs her things to leave. She's caught by Hagen, the man who rescued her 2 years ago when her ship crashed on Veldt. Hagen urges her to join the rebels and defend the village, but Kora refuses. She believes fighting would only lead to slaughter. That night, Marcus and 2 other soldiers kidnap Sam. Her terrified screams echo through the village. Kora hears her but hesitates, reminding herself to stay uninvolved. Eris steps in to defend Sam, managing to land a few punches before being overpowered. Fauna arrives, intending to claim Sam for himself, but Kora finally intervenes, charging in with an axe. Fauna orders his men to capture her. Kora pretends to surrender before striking fast, taking down 2 soldiers in seconds. Her combat skills are impressive. She moves like a trained warrior, using the soldiers' own weapons against them and throwing dirt to distract them. She fights fiercely, killing one soldier after another with precision strikes and brutal efficiency. When a soldier nearly shoots her, Eris steps in and kills him first. Marcus tries to open fire, but Kora disarms him and shoots him in the head. Now only Fauna remains, holding Sam at gunpoint. Just as Kora and Eris prepare to act, Jimmy appears. Fauna orders Jimmy to kill Kora and Eris, but Jimmy looks at Sam instead, and shoots Fauna dead. Jimmy then runs off, leaving the stunned villagers behind. Kora kills the last soldier still alive and tells the villagers she's going to gather more fighters. Gunnar, who once sold some of their crops to the rebels, offers to take Kora to the city to meet his contact. Before they leave, Hagen gives Kora the strange gun he found in her crashed ship. That night at their camp, Kora shares her story. When she was 9, Belisarius led an attack on her home planet, killing nearly everyone. Kora tried to fight back with a stolen gun, but when she hesitated, Belisarius killed her family and took her in as a captive. Over the years, he molded her into a soldier of the Empire. By the time she turned 18, Kora had risen to the rank of commander. The Empire encouraged soldiers to find lovers, saying it made them fight harder. But when Kora's lover died in battle, her grief drove her to fight with even more fury. She became one of their most feared warriors, destroying countless towns for the same empire that had murdered her family. When Kora and Gunnar reach the city, they discover that Gunnar's contact has been captured by bounty hunters. With no other leads, Kora decides they must find General Titus, a legendary fighter, before they can reach the rebels. They enter a seedy tavern where a repulsive alien mistakes Gunnar for Kora's slave and tries to buy him, even getting handsy with her. When Kora tells him to back off, he gets aggressive. She easily takes him down, throwing him across a table. The alien flees, and a mysterious man named Kai watches from the shadows. Kora loudly asks if anyone knows where to find Titus. A small alien using a human body to speak tells her that Titus is fighting in the Colosseum on a planet called Pollux. They'll need a ship to get there. Suddenly, the same alien who harassed them earlier returns with 3 bodyguards, ready for revenge. Gunfire erupts. Kora dives for cover and swiftly kills the guards one by one. Gunnar tries to fight the main alien but struggles until Kora steps in and knocks him down. She finishes off the last bodyguard just as the alien lunges at her again, but Kai intervenes, shooting him dead. Kai then searches the dead man's pockets and offers Kora and Gunnar a ride to Pollux, accepting the little money they can spare. During the flight, Kai tells them about another warrior who might help their cause, so they agree to make a stop on another planet first. Gunnar, who's never left his home world before, is amazed by the sight of space. Back on the Empire's flagship, Admiral Noble smokes through a pipe connected directly to his body. When a soldier reports that a bounty hunter captured an informant, Noble orders the man brought to him before returning to his tentacled lover. Meanwhile, Kora's group arrives on the planet Noi Wodi to meet rancher Hickman, who owns a slave named Tarak. Tarak once fought against the Empire but was captured and forced into servitude. He dreams of fighting again but still owes Hickman a large debt for his freedom. Hickman makes them an offer. If Tarak can tame a deadly flying beast called a Benis, he'll be free. If he fails, Kora, Gunnar, and Kai will all become slaves too. Tarak accepts the challenge. As the Benis thrashes against its chains, Tarak kneels before it, speaking softly in his native tongue. He tells the creature that they're the same, both stolen from their homes and bound in chains. The creature calms down and Tarak gently reaches out to touch it. Their bond forms instantly, and Tarak climbs onto the beast's back. Together they soar into the sky, though the Benis struggles at first, nearly crashing against cliffs. Tarak loses his grip once and dangles over a ledge but manages to pull himself back up, regaining control. Soon, the creature steadies, flying gracefully through the clouds. When they return, Hickman has no choice but to honor his word. As Tarak joins Kora's group, Hickman foolishly tries to ride the Benis himself, but the creature throws him off and kills him with its claws. Kora is impressed by Tarak's bravery, and Kai tells her there are more warriors who might be willing to join their fight. They soon arrive on the planet Dagus, where they meet Sword Mistress Nemesis. Before joining them, Nemesis insists on finishing a personal mission. She's tracking down Harmeda, a spider-like alien whose children were killed by the Empire and who has kidnapped a human child to exact revenge. Nemesis tries to reason with Harmeda, telling her she knows the pain of losing children to the Empire. But Harmeda refuses to listen and attacks. Nemesis skillfully dodges her sharp legs, slicing through them with her swords and managing to cut one off, forcing Harmeda to release the child. Gunnar rushes to rescue the girl, but Harmeda retaliates, knocking Nemesis down and stabbing her arm. Fortunately, Nemesis's mechanical gauntlets still function, allowing her to keep fighting. She cuts off another of Harmeda's legs, but the creature pounces again, aiming to kill Gunnar and the girl. Nemesis recovers and strikes from behind, stabbing Harmeda's body and then igniting her twin blades with her gauntlets. Sliding across the floor, Nemesis slashes through Harmeda's massive spider torso before stabbing her humanoid upper body with both swords at once, killing her. With her mission complete, Nemesis agrees to join the group and they set off together. During the journey, Kora and Gunnar share another quiet moment. Feeling closer to him, Kora reveals more about her past. She explains that after Belisarius took her in, she became his adoptive daughter, living a privileged life within the Empire. Eventually, she earned a place in the royal guard, tasked with protecting the princess, a young woman gifted with the rare power to bring the dead back to life. Kora admits she still feels haunted by guilt for failing to save the princess the day the royal family was assassinated. Later, the group arrives at Pollux, home to the notorious fighting arenas where warriors die daily for entertainment. They find General Titus in a miserable state, heavily drunk and broken. They drag him to bathe and sober up while he loudly protests. Once, Titus had been a proud commander under the old king, but after his army was ambushed and slaughtered when he tried to surrender, he fell into despair. At first, Titus refuses to fight again, but when Kora offers him the chance for revenge, something in him reignites. Meanwhile, elsewhere in the galaxy, bounty hunters bring the rebel contact to Admiral Noble. Pretending to negotiate, Noble promises to let the man go if he reveals the rebel's location. The terrified prisoner explains that the Blood Axe siblings are being protected by King Levitica and Chiron. Noble responds by killing him on the spot. Soon after, Kora's team reaches Chiron and meets King Levitica, who agrees to arrange a meeting with the rebels. The Blood Axe siblings arrive with their forces shortly after. Kora explains their situation, admitting that their chances of victory are slim but reminding them that her people have always provided food for the rebels. The least they can do, she says, is stand and fight for them now. Darian, the brother, agrees to help. He delivers an impassioned speech to his soldiers, asking for volunteers, and a number of rebels step forward without hesitation. The united group prepares to head back to Veldt. Kai, moved by their courage, says he wants to join their fight too, but first he has a few deliveries left to make. Kora agrees to one final stop before they return home. After the team departs, Noble and his men arrive at Levitica's kingdom and destroy it completely. Levitica refuses to betray the rebels' location, so Noble kills him with his cane. As the Empire troops reduce the area to rubble, Noble receives new orders revealing where the rebels are hiding. Hours later, Kora and her team reach Gondival, where they help Kai unload crates on a large bridge. Kora watches him closely, sensing that something feels off. Suddenly, hidden Empire ships appear and open fire, obliterating many of their transports. Swarms of Empire robots emerge, surrounding them. It's an ambush. Kai reveals his betrayal, He's known all along that Kora is a wanted ex-commander. Her capture alone would bring him a massive reward, but delivering her alongside the other legendary warriors would make him rich beyond imagination. As the stunned group is captured, Noble's forces arrive. Kai hands over Kora's gun and shoves Gunnar toward her, claiming the Empire will spare him if he kills her himself. Gunnar pretends to aim at Kora, but at the last second he turns and shoots Kai instead. Chaos erupts. Kora leaps on a guard, knocking him down and grabbing his gun. As Noble's men open fire, she ducks for cover and shoots back, hitting explosive crates that send a massive shockwave across the bridge. The explosion knocks soldiers off their feet, giving Gunnar time to free the other warriors. Nemesis charges in, slicing through troops with her burning blades, while Darien throws soldiers off the bridge and rallies his men to secure any surviving ships. Tarak, Titus, and Gunnar grab weapons and provide covering fire as Nemesis tears through enemy lines. Realizing the rebels are regrouping, Noble commands his hidden ship to reveal itself. It rises from the mist and unleashes a barrage of laser fire on the rebel ships. Desperate, Darien picks up a metal bar and smashes through enemy troops as he fights his way to the top of the bridge. In one final act of bravery he leaps onto the enemy ship, kills the pilot and ends the assault, but he dies in the process. His body collapses over the controls, sending the craft crashing down onto the bridge below. Enraged, Kora charges out of hiding, gunning down soldiers as she races toward Noble. The ship crashes behind them, destroying much of the bridge. Noble survives by leaping onto a floating platform, but Kora isn't far behind. She jumps onto the platform and the two face off in brutal hand-to-hand combat. They trade blows relentlessly. Noble overpowers Kora and punches her off the platform, but she catches a dangling rope just in time. When he cuts the rope, she swings back, using it as a whip to knock him off balance before climbing back up. The fight continues with Kora blocking Noble's strikes using the rope and finally breaking his cane. She stabs him in the leg with a shard of it, then breaks his arm when he tries to fight back. Using the cane itself, she drives it straight through his chest and shoves him off the platform. Afterward, Tarak throws down more rope to pull the platform back toward the bridge, rescuing Kora. The surviving rebels regroup, battered but alive. Together, they return to Veldt to prepare for the Empire's inevitable retaliation and to protect their home. Nearby, Jimmy silently watches them, wearing the flower crown Sam once gave him. Meanwhile, the Empire retrieves Noble's body. Instead of healing him, they open his chest and connect him to a neural link, revealing that he's a cyborg. Submerged in fluid, Noble's consciousness appears before Belisarius in a frozen simulation. Belisarius angrily scolds him for his failure, slamming his cane against the ice beneath them. He orders Noble to capture Kora alive so that he can kill her himself. Then he strikes the ice again, sending Noble's consciousness back to his body. Doctors detect no brain activity, so they inject him with a powerful stimulant. His body convulses before he suddenly screams back to life. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss more videos like this. Thanks for watching.